What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon NFL DFS video or season long. This is the first of our NFL videos. I know you guys have been excited about it. These are going to be the rankings videos that we have. So we have all of the rankings on the website: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and defenses. We're going to go over the top 15 at each position. If you want to see more, click the links down below. All of the links will be down below for every single article we have there. We will look into a bunch of things. So we're going to go through the top 15. We have like running backs. We have like 90 plus. Wide receivers, we have over 100 ranked there. You can check that out. Now, so a lot of you are brand new to the site, to the channel. So what we do here is we do the initial rankings. They come out usually Tuesdays or Wednesdays. They go through, and then after the Thursday game goes out, Sunday morning, we usually update the rankings. We get rid of the Thursday game and any late breaking news or anything like that. We then have changes, and then we send it out. So these rankings will be as follows up until Sunday morning. Then if there is any other news, we will change that. So again, make sure you check this out. Normally Tuesdays or Wednesdays these come out, and then updated on Sunday. So we're going to look at some things first. We're going to look at some Vegas numbers, just anything that pops out. Then we'll get into it. So just the first game, about 20 minutes after I did the rankings for tight ends, Kelsey's news came out that he hyperextended his knee. That moved the line on the Lions from about 250 to plus 195. So right now, DraftKings has a promo going on. If you're not already signed up on DraftKings Sportsbook, if you use our link below and you deposit, I think if you deposit upwards, they'll match 100%. So anyone who deposits at least $20 into their account, let us know. Send us a screenshot of your username on there, and we'll get you a free month of Fantasy Team Advisors FTA Plus. And they've got a promo going on right now. So take either money line of Detroit or Kansas City, and it'll depend on your betting, but I had a maximum of $50. And if either team, so I put it on the Lions at plus 200. If the Lions go up by 7 at any time in the game, I automatically get paid out. So it is a minus. It's just if you go up by 7 at any time in the game on the money line, they're going to give it to you. So if you haven't already signed up yet, click the link down below and check that out. Also, for anyone who is into NFL DFS on DraftKings, we have a league going on. So the link is down in the description of this video as well. And we have 200 open spots. And if you want to get in, it's $10 a month or $10 a week. First place, if we get all 200, will be $580, and it'll scale down if we don't fill up all 200. So I wanted to give that opportunity for you guys. So I wanted to look at this. So the first game, Chiefs right now are minus 238. It really hinges on the Kelsey news. If he is in fact out, I think it's going to go down further. So I do like the Detroit money line just for that DraftKings bet if they go up by 7 at any point. Then we've got the Falcons here against the Panthers. Falcons minus 185. This one, the Falcons don't have a ton. I think we're going to see these low minus 3.5 at any given time. So we're looking at the Falcons as the money line favorite as of now. The Ravens are a huge favorite over Houston at minus 470. The Browns are slightly underdogs here. The Bengals, it's really focusing if it's going to be Joe Burrow or not. It's at 135 right now for the Bengals. The Jags are 230 favorite over the Colts. Tampa Bay is an underdog here. The Vikings are 250 favorite here. Tennessee at the Saints. Saints are minus 166. Steelers are underdogs here. 49ers are 135. 49ers might not have George Kittle. So this is definitely something to monitor. He could be out this week. Then we've got, Arizona, they're projected, or their over-under on wins, I think is 3.5. I think they're going to tank. I think Washington's going to, any defense against Arizona this year, I think you have to take. I think that's almost like a free square for DFS moving forward until they prove us wrong. Commanders are a massive 310 favorite here. This one's up in the air. Green Bay Packers at the Bears. They're both, Green Bay's minus 105. The Bears are minus 115, so a very close game. Then we got the Broncos at home, a new look offense here. Will Russell Wilson cook or will he not cook? They got the Broncos 198. Philadelphia is only 198 favorite over the Patriots. I'm very surprised that Philly's not above that because I really love Jalen Hurts, and you'll see why. Chargers, Miami at the Chargers. Chargers 170 home favorite here. We've got the Seahawks at home minus 245 as a favorite. Then we've got Dallas minus 170. Now, I think I've looked, and the Giants have never beat a Dak Prescott-led Cowboys offense since he came into the league. So I read that, and it's been a long time. Whether or not, Narrative Street, you want to use that. That's the Sunday Night Football game. And then Monday Night Football, we've got the Bills at the Jets. The Bills are a slight favorite here, minus 142 right there. So those are the Vegas odds. Depending on when you watch this video, they have probably already changed, or they will have changed by then. So definitely make sure you kind of stay up on tune with that. So like I said, we're going to jump into the rankings here. Now, we're going to do the same thing we did with MLB. So anytime these videos get at least 50 likes, we're going to switch it up since it is a week long. If we get 100 likes on a video, or let's go 75. If we get 75 likes on these ranking videos, someone will win a free week. If we get 100 likes on that, someone will win a free month. 125 likes on this video, someone will win a free year. And if we get 150 likes, someone will win a lifetime pass. You can still go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, sign up $24.99 for a month, or use the promo code NFLVIP on the yearly pass. Get it $100 off right now. So our QB rankings, week 1 starts with Jalen Hurts, as he and the Eagles are set to head to New England to face Mac Jones and whatever offense they will throw out there. Now, this is a closer game than I thought it would be. I honestly think the Eagles are going to come back with a vengeance. They're going to do as much as they can to get back to the Super Bowl. They've tasted it, and they want some more of it. Love a Eagles stack here with, it's either going to be, you're probably going to want to go with the Devontae Smith. You're going to want to go with A.J. Brown. Maybe even Dallas Goedert. Now, stacking 4 guys, 3 pass catchers, including the quarterback, might be a little bit overkill, but you might want to look at a stack here. So we'll have a bunch of this information on the website too, with stacks. We'll have the quarter. So if you haven't seen what we have, NFL so far, we'll have our projections, the Vegas odds for the week, the cheat sheet, the Bacon Station, our chalk, wide receivers versus cornerbacks, NFL prop bets. We're going to have some stacks as well. So I am still building out the NFL product, but we are very, very excited. So let's start with the rankings. Like I said, we'll have the top 15 on here. If you want to see the rest in order, go check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. We've got number 1, Jalen Hurts at New England. We've got number 2, Patrick Mahomes at Detroit for Thursday night. Outside of, if Kelsey is hurt, I think Mahomes still is number 2 because he's still got some pass catchers that he can turn into some targets. They don't have those huge names they don't have a Tyreek Hill on the team. They have Sky Moore. They have Noah Gray if Kelsey's out. So doesn't have a ton, but he can do a lot with his legs as long as he's healthy, which he should be healthy. Should be good to go there. Number 3, Lamar Jackson versus Houston. They are a huge favorite. He's got some more weapons there. We know he can run, but we know he can sling the ball as well. So I've got Lamar Jackson number 3. I've got Josh Allen number 4 versus the Jets defense. We've got number 5 is Justin Herbert versus Miami. Number 6 is Tua at the Chargers. Now, hopefully Tua stays healthy this season because I've got some big investments in him in fantasy season long. So I do love Tua at number 6. Number 7 is Justin Fields versus Green Bay. Like I said, this is a very close game. We don't know what's going to happen, but I do love Tua here. He's got DJ Moore now. He's going to run. He's going to pass. He's got Cole Kmet. He's got Robert Tonyan as a backup tight end, which I just saw the other day when I was doing the Bacon Station, which I have completed now, and I'll have a video on that probably tomorrow or Thursday. And then I'll probably do a Bacon Station video on just the Thursday night game, and then over the entire slate, and then maybe I'll do it on the other showdowns too, like Sunday night and Monday night. So we'll have a lot of videos for you for NFL. Hopefully you guys are here for it. So that brings us to number 8 is Joe Burrow. Now, he's trending to start. This is another fluid situation where we know he hurt himself into training camp. We're waiting on this news, but everything shows that he's trending to start. So that is a good sign for him. Number 9 is Trevor Lawrence at Indianapolis. Number 10 is Dak Prescott, Sunday Night Football. Again, Giants have never beat a Dak-led Cowboys team, which was news to me. Number 11 is Kirk Cousins versus Tampa Bay, whether or not we're going to get a good Tampa Bay defense or we're going to get Kirk Cousins cooking with Justin Jefferson. Kind of got to wait on that. So got him at 11. Number 12 is Aaron Rodgers versus Buffalo. Number 13 is Deshaun Watson versus Cincy. So he's got his first full season at Cleveland. Put aside him as a human, a trash human, but a human, and focus mainly on fantasy. We know he can throw the ball. We know if he's got the offensive weapons behind him, he's got a lot going for him on the gridiron, not outside of the gridiron. Number 14 is Geno. Hopefully he doesn't regress. He had a fantastic season last year. And then number 15 is Jared Goff versus Kansas City on Thursday Night Football. So those are the top 15 quarterbacks. If you want to see the rest of them, click the links down below. We'll move on to running backs. Love me some Chubb. My wife's upstairs. Love me some Chubb on this one. So I've got Nick Chubb as they're hosting the Bengals. The Bengals were ranked 18th defense against the run last year. It's really all the information we've got to go off of until we see how they are. And that's what the Bacon Station is. So if you haven't already checked it out, it is free right now. We'll be part of FTA Plus in the future. But we do have the Bacon Station here. It's a ton of work. It took me a few hours, a few nights to do. So that being said, moving down to the rankings, we're going to do top 15. Like I said, we've got over 92 running backs overall. On the Bacon Station, we actually have the breakdown of quarterbacks. We've got running backs, top 2, top 3 if it's a running back by committee, the top 3 wide receivers on each team, and then tight ends. If there's a team that it's Travis Kelce, but if he's hurt, then it's Noah Gray. It's the top 1 or 2 depending on what we've got going on for tight end by committee on certain teams. So we've got all of that over there. You can find that down below as well. So number 1 running back, like I just said, Nick Chubb versus Cincinnati. We've got Austin Eckler, PPR beast here, versus Miami defense. We got Christian McCaffrey at Pittsburgh. We've got Bijan Robinson making his debut versus Carolina. We've got number 5 is Saquon Barkley at Dallas in the spotlight here. Derrick Henry, number 6 versus at New Orleans. Number 7 is Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, this is one where I think he could go up higher. They're saying that he might be used different, like you've never seen before out of a running back. Whether or not, I don't know if that's going to be good or bad, but this Kansas City defense has been beat in the past. This is in Kansas City. We know it's very, very loud there. But they're talking about Jahmyr Gibbs being used as a 3-down back and a slot receiver. So we could see him out there all of the time. That is going to be a ton of points there. As I'm making this video, I have a ESPN alert says Tristan H. Cockcroft is locking in Jahmyr Gibbs as a high-end fantasy running back 2 in week 1. So I was ahead of him. So really like Jahmyr Gibbs. I kind of want to see what he's going to do in week 1, but he might be a fringe top 5 every single week, depending on the matchup. So I really like Jahmyr Gibbs here at 7. Number 8 is Tony Pollard. We're going to see what we're going to get out of Tony Pollard here. It's either going to be a 3-down back and then Rico could come in, or he's going to be the every down back. We'll kind of see. We've never seen that out of him. So we're going to say full season where he is RB1 here. Number 9 is Josh Jacobs at Denver. Off the holdout, this is one where he's got to make sure the conditioning is in, make sure he's good to go. We've got him as of now, number 9. Number 10 is Travis Etienne Jr. at Indy. Number 11 is J.K. Dobbins versus Houston. Now, if you use the matchup tool, Houston's running back defense last year was dead last. So in the matchup tool, it's got J.K. Dobbins as the number 1 running back according to how the stats were last year. Now, again, draft happened. Signings have happened. There's been turnover for defenses. But based on last year, he's in a smash spot here. So I've still got him at number 11. It could fluctuate. But yeah, number 11 is J.K. Dobbins. Obviously, Gus Edwards is his counterpart there. Number 13 is Kenneth Walker versus the Rams. Now, Charbonnet, I've been told, or I've read that he could be a third down back. We'll kind of have to see how this shakes out. Again, week 1 is where everyone's going to be very excited to play NFL because they haven't played in a while, so you're going to find those fish, and I want you guys to be whales. I want you guys to eat. So keep coming back here because week 1 and week 2 are going to be some of the plays where people have never played DFS, NFL DFS before, and they're just throwing in lineups. So that is why, hopefully, you guys learn a lot from us here. Number 12 is Joe Mixon at Cleveland. Number 13 is Kenneth Walker. Number 14 is Ramondre Stevenson. You know, it's supposed to be RB1. We'll kind of see if the signing comes in and dampers him a little bit. But again, we've got Ramondre Stevenson, number 14. And number 15 is Aaron Jones. I have read reports that A.J. Dillon could supplement Jones as the RB1. As of now, this is how it is ranked. We'll kind of see. We've never seen Jordan Love in a full season with this offense. What is he going to do with his running backs? Is it going to be the same scheme that they did with Aaron Rodgers, or is it going to be Jordan Love's game here and Aaron Jones could dominate here? We know what Aaron Jones can do. It's just A.J. Dillon's on the back burner. Never know when they're going to come in there. So those are the top 15 running backs. Again, we have over 90 down below. Click the links in the description of this video. Then we come to wide receivers. Justin Jefferson's going to pretty much see the top of this list almost any given week. He's absolutely dominating. We know he's the best wide receiver last year. Absolutely loved what he brought to the table, and I love his matchup here with Kirk Cousins. Looking at this, number 1, obviously, Justin Jefferson here versus Tampa Bay, so they get to play at home. Number 2 is Tyreek Hill at the Chargers. Number 3 is Jamar Chase at Cleveland. Now, I love Jamar Chase even more if Burrows is in. So if Joe Burrows is in here, I love a Burrows-led offense even more. So Jamar Chase is always going to be right there with Tyreek Hill. Doesn't really matter the matchup. He's almost matchup proof. So I love me some Jamar Chase. Number 4 is CeeDee Lamb, Sunday Night Football. Number 5 is A.J. Brown at the Patriots. Number 6 is the Sun God, Amon-Ra St. Brown at Kansas City for Thursday Night Football. Number 7 is Stephon Diggs at the Jets. Number 8 is Devonta Smith at New England. Now, I've always been asking, what should I do with A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith? They're going to be next to each other all the time. That is a very high-powered offense, and it's those two. I think it doesn't matter. I think you can cover both of those guys with your quarterback and feel confident about that every single week. Number 9 might surprise you, but Garrett Wilson at Buffalo or versus Buffalo. So Garrett Wilson, if you've watched Hard Knocks, if you've been paying attention to some reports, looks like he is this year's Devontae Adams for Aaron Rodgers. He's his go-to number 1 receiver. Now, I think as long as he stays healthy, I think he could put up a ton of fantasy points for us, DFS-wise or season-long. Number 11 is Jalen Waddle at the Chargers. He would be up a little bit higher. He does have a questionable tag right now, but I think he plays. I think we're good to go there. Number 12 is Chris Olave. Now, hopefully, he does better than last year. The quarterback situation was up and down there. Now they have Derek Carr. Derek Carr's not a terrible quarterback. So at least, hopefully, there's a lot of people I know that actually took Olave often and early last year, and he did not come through for season long, but hopefully it does here. I have him at number 12. Number 13 is DK Metcalf versus the Rams. Number 14 is Amari Cooper versus Cincy. Now, Cooper is going for the first, I think he's going to, at least trying to be the first Browns wide receiver to go back-to-back 1,000 yards seasons. I feel like I read that somewhere, but I love Amari Cooper stack with Deshaun Watson. And then number 15 is T. Higgins at Cleveland. As long as Burrow is in, I love me some Joe, some T, and some Jamar Chase there. So those are the top 15. Well, you can see 16 is Deebo Samuel. I read something that Deebo might be out this week as well. Let me see real quick. No. Who was I thinking? Ayuk? Nope, I don't know who it is. But anyway, got Debo here at Pittsburgh at number 16. If you want to see the rest, we have over 100. We have over 150 wide receivers here, so you can check those out down below. Then we get to tight ends. Number 1 is Mark Andrews. I have Kelsey at number 2. A lot of people have Kelsey at number 1. I actually had... I was ahead of the curve here. I actually had Mark Andrews above Travis Kelce before the news of him even getting hurt was out there. So it's supposedly a hyperextended knee. It is very early in the week. It's not, though, because they play on Thursday. But we're looking at this. I feel like Kelce's probably going to go. But he could move down a little bit because, again, if he hyperextended his knee, he's not 100%. So that's definitely something to look at. But I've got Mark Andrews number 1. I love him in this matchup against Houston, pairing him up with... Lamar, pairing him up with Zay. I think I like Mark Andrews here, number 1. Might be controversial a little bit, but I have him number 1 this week. Number 2 is Kelsey, unless he's out or he bumps down a little bit due to his knee. Number 3 is TJ Hawkinson. He was hurt all training camp and preseason with an earache or vomiting or whatever he had. Then he signed the biggest tight end deal ever, and now he's healthy. So, love me some TJ Hawkinson. I love a Hawk, Jefferson, and Kirk stack. That actually won me a ton of money last year, believe it or not. Number 4 is Dallas Goedert. Like I said, I love an Eagle stack this week. They're all in basically the top 15. Got Goedert, number 4. I've got Brown and Devontae in the top 15. And I've got Jalen Hurts, number 1 quarterback this week. Absolutely love him at New England. Number 5 is Darren Waller with his new team. We'll look at that. Number 6, as of now, is George Kittle. He is questionable. Obviously, if he is out on this weekend, then he will be updated Sunday morning to be either moved out, and then we'll have a little bit of shakeup here. So that is why there'll be a little bit of shakeup, because we've got some injured players or questionable tags as of now. So if you've never played NFL DFS, the questionable tag is going to be a thing they use up until Sunday morning, pretty much. So that is one there, but he is trending for out this week. Number 7 is Kyle Pitts at Carolina. Again, I really don't know what to expect out of this Atlanta offense. You got Bijan Robinson, then you got Kyle Pitts. Drake London is there, but I honestly don't really know what to expect here. So as of now, I've got him number 7, but we will see if that does change. Number 8 is Evan Ingram at Indy. Number 9 is David Njoku versus Cincy. So again, I think that could be a shootout here. And that's a strategy we'll kind of talk about. But I'm going to do a video probably later today on showdowns and what to look in for showdowns too, I think. See if I'll get that out there. So number 10 is Cole Kmet versus Green Bay. Number 11 is Pat Freiermuth versus San Francisco. 12 is Tyler Higbee. 13 is Chick Okonkwoa. Close enough. You know who I'm talking about. At New Orleans, you've got number 14, Jawan Johnson, right on the flip side of that in the same matchup versus Tennessee. And then you got 15 is Dalton Schultz at Baltimore, which he is, we're used to Dallas here, but now he's on his new team. Houston should be down big, and they don't really have a ton of people to throw to. So Dalton Schultz is going to be that. Probably could see 10-plus targets in this one because we know how good he is when he was in Dallas. Now, Houston should be playing from behind almost every single week. They're going to have to throw the ball up a ton. I think Schultz could, depending on how it goes, could move up a little bit in the rankings throughout the week. So those are your top 15. If you want to see the rest, again, click the links down below. Then we get to the defenses. Now, these are the ones where, defenses, depending on the matchups, and I think the defenses against Arizona all week are going to be very expensive, or all season are going to probably be very expensive because they've got the best matchup every single week. But we could look at that there, and sometimes the strategy is to just kind of punt defense and go other positions. But I really like Washington Commanders here this week. We don't know as of now, we supposedly don't know who the starting quarterback is going to be for Arizona any week at all. So let's go down. Top 15. We've got Commanders versus Arizona. Number 2 is Baltimore versus Houston. Number 3 are the Eagles versus Mac Jones in New England. Number 4 is the Dallas Cowboys versus Daniel Jones and the Giants. Number 5 is San Francisco at Pittsburgh. Number 6 is the Denver Broncos versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Number 7 is Jags versus at Indy. Number 8 is the Seahawks at the versus the Rams. 9 is the Bills at New York Jets on Monday Night Football. 10 are the Saints versus Tennessee. 11 are the Jets defense versus Buffalo. This one could change a little bit, but I really like the Jets defense this year. They're looking pretty good. Number 12 are the Steelers versus San Francisco. 13, the Packers at Chicago. 14, the Minnesota Vikings versus Tampa Bay Bucks. And number 15 are the Bengals at the Cleveland Browns. So there you go. Those are the rankings for week 1. Any questions, comments, concerns, get those down below. And let's have a fantastic start to the season. Go check out everything we have to offer over on the website. We've got a ton of information and going to have a ton more leading up to the season. So I just kind of want to show you kind of what we've got going. So just our bacon station, which I talked about, or our matchup tool, whichever what you want to call it. We call it a couple of things, but we like to call it the bacon station. Now, it's not going to be the best on mobile. There's just too much data, as you can see on the screen. There's just too much data, and it really doesn't even fit in the screen here. So my suggestion would be open it up down here. You can open it up in full screen and you can make some adjustments to it. You can sort it however you want. Is a good way to look at it. So just kind of want to show you how to read it real quick. Now, I will have a video on this later, but I wanted to show you. So these are the defenses right here on the left side. Then these are all of the stats they gave up last year. So we obviously don't have anything to go off of this year. Probably will go, might even add a column for 2023, and it'll just be a rolling thing. So we'll see the 2022 stats for like the first 3 or 4 games, and then we'll just move it over to the current season. We'll see. But just like quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, these are the quarterbacks. If you sort it, depending on what website you play on. So if you play on DraftKings, Detroit gave up the most amount of fantasy points last year to quarterbacks. So obviously that would be Patrick Mahomes here. Again, you kind of have to play the Thursday through Monday slate to play this Thursday night game. So you might not be able to use him. So then that would just show that Derek Carr would be the number 2 quarterback as of last year. Now, this isn't a foolproof program, but this is the best we've got going right now with the stats. So you can sort it by that, or you can sort it by FanDuel if you play FanDuel over everything, and you can see the scoring differences would put Jared Goff at number 2 and Herbert number 3, and then Derek Carr would go from 2 to 4 from DraftKings to FanDuel. So this is how you read it. These are the defenses you want to pick on. These are the offensive players you want to use. And then with running backs, kind of the same thing. Like I said, if it's running back by committee or the top 2 or 3 running backs, they are on the sheet. So as of this DraftKings points, Houston gave up the most amount of fantasy points total, and they were giving up 33 fantasy points per game to the running back position last year. That would put J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards at number 1 and number 2 quarterback or running backs for this season. And then you can see the Packers running backs would be number 2, so on and so forth. So this is how you read it. These are the defenses you want to look at and go against. These are the offensive players you want to go for. Then you can sort it however you want to sort it as well. So that is our matchup tool. That is our bacon station here on the website. So that's what I've got in this video. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully you guys are ready to go. And good luck week 1. We'll be back with more. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace.